New tonight, could the election all come down to Nebraska? Donald Trump thinks so. He and his allies convincing Nebraska's Republican governor to support a major change in the way the state has been doling out its electoral college votes for the past 32 years. So right now, Nebraska splits its electoral college votes, and one of them is crucial to Biden's victory. And that one is the blue district of Omaha. Biden won that vote in 2020. Trump, though, is pushing for a statewide winner-take-all system, which would potentially deprive Biden of that crucial electoral vote. Now, the reason I say crucial, just look at this, one of Biden's easiest paths to re-election. If he holds the three swing states of Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin and loses the rest of them, right? So he's going to lose Georgia, lose all those. Biden gets to 269. Well, you know, to win, you need 270. So obviously the difference there is one, and that one vote would be the vote in Nebraska, the vote in Omaha, that gives Biden 270 and the win. But if this scenario plays out with Trump getting his way in Nebraska, then both of them are tied, 269 to 269. And then it will be the House of Representatives who makes the decision. Up front now, Andrew Yang, former 2020 Democratic presidential candidate, now the co-founder of the Forward Party, and independent 2024 candidate RFK Jr. also considered you to be his running mate as well, as we've reported. So, look, every vote matters. The polls, whatever, take them on any given day. But, you know, I just laid out a very realistic scenario in what we're in. Right now, if you look at the polls, Biden is not going to win all the swing states. So that scenario that we laid out that could be it on election night. How worried are you about a potential change in the Nebraska rules?
I think this is very savvy on the part of the Trump campaign. This is a very legitimate, feasible scenario that you end up with 269 to 269, and then this one electoral vote could tip the scales. And if it does go to the House, then the Republican majority will obviously vote in Trump. The Nebraska state legislature, it's a supermajority Republicans. This has a very real chance of passing. I'm someone who thinks that proportional allocation of electoral votes is a much better system. Why should the swing states get all of the political ads and the fun? I mean, it would be great.
Right, your vote doesn't matter when you live in a deeply red or deeply blue state.
Yeah, I mean, we all know that there are about 6 pivotal swing states. You listed them just now that are going to decide this thing.
So, you know, in that context, you know, another person who's been talking about a broken two-party system is RFK Jr.
Yeah.
And you know, you speak now from the Forward Party as you've been in, but the DNC has launched a new mobile billboard ad. I'll show it. Trying to tie Trump to Kennedy. So they've been putting up outside his rallies, you know, RFK MAGA, and they're putting these things up. Let me play part of the ad they just put out.
Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again.
So this is what it comes to, right? I mean, it's just, this is where we are. Brand new Gallup poll, though, shows 30% of adults don't think Biden or Trump would be good. More adults think Trump would be better than Biden. The sort of lesser of two evils, I suppose, in that world. So how worried should Biden be, and how worried should Democrats be about the third-party threat, whatever, you know, RFK Jr. now defines himself as an independent?
Oh, you'll see analogous ads from the Republican camp painting RFK as a liberal Democrat, and a vote for him is essentially a vote for Biden. And so both parties are going to try and play this game because this election is going to get decided at the margins. The fact is, I've seen polls that show RFK being neutral. I've seen some showing that he takes votes from Biden and from Trump. And so both major parties are trying like mad to get their voters to see RFK as a vote for the other side.
So, all right, he said something the other night when he was here, and we had a long conversation. And he said repeatedly that he could make the argument that Joe Biden is a bigger threat to democracy than Donald Trump, despite he was very clear to excoriate Trump's efforts on January 6th. I wanted to play just part of what he said.
Well, listen, I can make the argument that President Biden is a much worse threat to democracy. And the reason for that is President Biden is the first candidate in history, the first president in history that has used the federal agencies to censor political speech, so to censor his opponent.
So just to be clear, you're saying you could make an argument that President Biden is a worse threat to democracy than Donald Trump.
Absolutely.
He's upset that Biden, had pushed to have some of his social media posts about somebody dying of COVID removed from misinformation. That's the lawsuit he's referring to. But this has really hit a chord with people. What do you think about this? Do you think it's obvious who's a bigger threat?
I'm an anyone but Trump guy. I think that Trump would be catastrophe in a second term. But the fact is, the Democrats literally canceled primaries in North Carolina and Florida, and then making the case that, hey, vote for us to preserve democracy. They've also boosted election deniers in Republican primaries because they think they'd be
they've
easier to
provided
beat.
funding them. Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
seven-figure funding for folks that are meant to be the enemy of democracy. So there are disingenuous elements to what Democrats have been doing, but I see Trump as a singular type of threat.
All right. Well, I always appreciate seeing you, Andrew.
It's great to be here, Aaron. Thanks for having me.
All right. Andrew Yang.